Lone Star.
Call me a Glen Guzzler again, and you'll regret it.
You're holding the Wii remote sideways, right, Ray?
Yes, my Switch Pro controller is definitely being held sideways right now.
Excellent.
We're using tilt controls.
Well, you can't,
This
which is why we
shaking,
dock a
this is
point
me
in
actually
this game.
shaking my controller right now. I'm not actually messing with the control stick. There is some drift, but it's not that bad. Previously on Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, the Laguz Alliance kept charging forward, seeing if they can break through Begnion's hold. Alas, no good, as Zelgius was nibbling right on their heels, telling them, hey, get out! And then no choice but to get out, because Skirmir had to learn a lesson. We tried crossing the river in a real Dynasty Warriors-esque map. It was very cool, and then Zelgius challenged Skirmir to a duel, saying, hey, get out! And so we are now getting out. The Laguz Alliance is on retreat, but now, back in Daein, we have now been conscripted by Begnion to eliminate the subhumans. Why? Who knows? But it's what King Pelleas says, and so Micaiah has to go out and do it.
Pelleas knows, but he'll never tell.
He'll never tell. Okay, I actually practiced this map off screen because I really wanted to try out a strat that I was going to do. I needed to make sure it worked. So I did a few attempts, and I'm pretty sure I'll have it down. First things first, I remember that I actually did have this Master Seal. I gave Aaron another bonus experience level. He got another point of speed. Perfect time to use this.
Woohoo!
Ooh.
Power up.
Look at that blingin' bangin' shield.
Couldn't see him for the longest time with the shield in the way there.
Aaron just does the John Cena meme with the hand in front of his face. You can't see me.
Have you ever seen anything so beautiful in your life?
Can we compare his stats to Nephine's?
I'm gonna give him, see if I spare javelin. That's the use one. Give him another vulnerary spare. Because Aaron is gonna be ready for class up, but he won't be doing a whole lot of action in this map. His job is mainly for stalling purposes only, while I get the other two crew set up. But now that he's classed up, I can give him some skills, so I will at least give him my remainder. Pass. Also, you get this off of Volduke. No reason. I also gave Micaiah back Physic, because she needs it more than Laura.
That night.
It's thick as pea soup out there. You're hurting morale. The spirit of Laguz Alliance is falling.
Skirmir's body is hurting.
He got humble real quick.
Hey, some easy targets.
Super easy targets. Danger, danger. immediately going out to bat. Kieta. Oh boy, I hope you're ready for experience.
Hooray!
Not you two.
Wow.
So in this map, it's a semi-route. You have to defeat a set amount of enemies before you can advance onward to clear the map. The only enemies here are Laguz, Tiger, and Cats. These guys are not the same time that we fought back in 1.4. These guys will actually kick your ass. A number of them have S-Strike, and the Tigers are very dangerous, having upwards of around 39 to 41 attack on occasion. And the Cats can be anywhere between 20 and 22 speed, and sometimes they also have S-Strike. They don't do as much damage as Cats will, but they will quickly swarm your weaker dudes. At least, we do have some help here. Three halberdiers, a sniper, and a bishop. They are going to be a token force for the first turn only, and then I'm going to have them wait. As uses me shield while we siphon through and get everything else set in tone. Map is quite a bit big, but we won't be doing a whole lot of advancing. But if you do want to advance, take note that Leth is the boss here. And this is the first time we'll be scrapping against a rival player unit. Game makes it abundantly clear if you're playing on easy mode. If you're fighting a rival player unit, you don't have to worry about offing them. If you go into battle, you just retreat. So yeah, don't worry about that. But I do not want to be fighting Leth anyway, because she gets transfers and she'll probably mess me up. And Mordecai is also here, and he will actually mess me up. since they carry over the player stats. So be very, very careful. So my game plan for this map is going to be, I want Leonardo and Nolan to class up. Ideally, I'd like Volug to at least gain 2 levels, while Jill, Sothe, and Laura provide support fire. Micaiah heals the party whenever possible, and the majority of kills are going to Edward. He is going to be gaining lots and lots of kit as we go through this. I want him to reach a certain threshold before this map is over.
His jacket must be cleanly pressed.
Edward has 2 levels over Aaron and 2 speed over him. So he better put in the speed work or else.
Or else.
Them footsteps in, boys. We going for a run.
I'll go over in a little bit, but we'll start the map first. So, first things first, trying to get a feel for what you see here, because Moral will be on the way as you go on. Gonna have Sothe move here and engage combat right now. This Tiger.
Engage? I want to blow stuff up, not marry it.
Settle down there, Max. There's a hidden brave bow!
Just like that, hooray.
Now we have a little bit more vision where we can see. Give that brave bow
Leonardo has a new toy.
To Leo. And proceed to fight. And proceed to fight!
So much experience.
So, ideally, you'll want to try and KO the Laguz while they're shifted so you can maximize experience gain. Since, taking out an unshifted target is good, obviously, since that's no longer a threat to you. But, I need the kit. I need to get strong, and I need to get strong fast, so I want to, take these guys down as shifted as possible.
You said what? The shifted ones count as T2, where the unshifted counts as T1, right?
Yeah, it's more noticeable here. I think it's more like an experience modifier sort of thing, but in layman's terms, that's basically what it means. You see this level 15 cat, 22 speed. The level 14 ones typically are around, yeah, they're notably weaker and have a strike.
That's a good way to identify him.
Volg will be useful here since, well, I gave him Beast Foe since he'll do extra damage, but more importantly, he has extra vision since he's a beast.
For those listening on YouTube, today we are officially 1 week away from Engage.
It's
And the preload.
It's happening.
And the preload started today.
Yeah.
I
For
pre-ordered
me,
my
it started
copy
several hours
yesterday.
before you guys.
This is cool.
I downloaded mine and bought it this morning. Once it went live in North America, that is.
It was really funny. I read a comment online. Someone was like, "Yeah, this." It's like, what's going on? Like, Nintendo of America seemed to really been ignoring this. Like, compared to Three Houses, it was in so many directs. Like, there was a new video every direct, and I replied, "Yeah, that's because the latest Nintendo Direct was the one in which this game was announced."
It sure was.
Meanwhile, they do the bare minimum marketing on their Twitter account.
It has been bad.
Yeah. They finally apparently changed their banner today. And I saw a Twitter comment, which I posted in the server, that was, let me scroll back and find it. Last retweet, Insys employee hacked into the Nintendo of America Twitter account and finally updated the banner from Pokemon to Fire Emblem Engage. Laugh emoji.
Seems about right. No! No!
This will be all they do for this first turn here. Let's try and get into position. I ideally want these two to take out this tiger here, like so, and then they'll cover all that spot there. Hey!
Never!
We're the Beast Tribe! I'd rather just go, charge toward an attack! Okay.
As you know, we're the Beast Tribe. Yes, thank you for the exposition.
Enemy face theme, we get to hear the Laguz Alliance fanfare, as well as the photo does the battle theme.
Nice.
No!
Damn, Vogue.
Curse you! I hope you like this island we're starting on. Because we ain't going anywhere quick.
Alright, so they'll have these guys halt, and we're pretty much going to be picking fish in a barrel for the rest of this map.
I love how there are 3 max transform enemy Laguz who did not transform.
Yeah, they typically like to only transform once they actually see a target they can hit. But it's fog right now, so, and they play by fission rules, so... Alright.
By the power of lasagna.
Holding shift, and this is definitely in the map where you're gonna actually want to take off Wild hard as you can, because Volo can no longer really hack it half-shifted. He wants to go full pill all the time right now, because the enemies are not going to slow down for him.
No, Volog is no longer using tilt controls.
Don't crit! Thank you.
All Jill's really here to do is soften up dudes and raise weapon experience.
I think the first Fire Emblem character I got to see the 4 time on the pre-battle screen.
Very nice.
Let's go.
Ooh. Was Will in Fire Emblem 7. It was the, I believe it was the map where you are invited to the Dread Isle.
I'm gonna take out this guy here with Nolan and then plug up this area with Sothe because I need, I don't want Etherward to take too much damage since he's still kind of squish right now.
Mine was probably like Dart or somebody in 7. Because I surely did not get the Brave Sword my first time playing FE7. I think I've gotten Harken like 1 time.
But it was very exciting when it happened. Like, 4? What? What does it mean?
Will the bishop heal you on halt?
Nope.
Or will he just stand there?
He'll just stay there.
Menacingly.
When you tell them to halt, they mean halt. No one moves a muscle.
I appreciate them not kill stealing you, I guess, on halt, but
Here comes the crit.
There you go. This first section is going to be pretty touch and go for Edward, especially if he runs into two tigers. It'll mess him up pretty quick. So gotta get a little lucky.
What the?
I live.
Haha! Calculated.
the problem is that.
It's okay, he has vantage.
Yeah, but it's not always activated in this game.
That's okay. There's no one in range.
Yeah.
We lose the power and the value of us being sane warriors! Ugh, I give up with you guys.
Does
Really up to
Thanny
me.
count as does Thanny count as Frieza destroying Planet Vegeta with the giant ball?
It could.
Define, destroy the planet. It takes a while.
Not Planet Vegeta, it didn't.
Well, yeah, kind of messed up there, didn't you, Frieza?
Teeny
you miss?
bit.
I missed? How did I miss? Laguz, make my Nolan grow.
Aw,
Oh,
It's not what we wanted to see grow.
that's not good. So, left's out there. Mordecai around this spot here. Not that I'll be doing that, but if you're gonna charge in there, do take caution, because Jill and Zihark both can have chats with them, And while Jill will still fight back, Zihark will not. And in fact, if you have Zihark talk to Leth or Mordecai, he will defect to the Greil Mercenary side.
Danger.
Low enough? Not only would he do it, but in the next map, because we're going to do this map again on the opposite side, when you fight Sothe with Zihark, and Sothe immediately, like, I knew fighting Laguz would set you off. Like, he knew it would be that bad. Instantly. You didn't have to tell him twice.
Why are we fighting this war?
What is he fighting for?
Yo, Matt, it's good to hear.
That is very nice. Based. Good speed.
Anyway, it came up during the pre-stream, but I've been playing Path of Radiance again on Dolphin. My Ike is... I don't know how to describe it. He almost has as much magic as he does strength. I'll say that.
Wow, Magic Blast, right?
Yeah, very. Let me find the screenshot from the other day.
And not strength screwed, right?
I think he's like slightly under. He's 9 strength at level 10, but he's got 8 magic. I don't know what this Ike is.
Sonic Sword! Sonic Sword! Sonic Sword!
Reclass him, use a second seal.
Yeah, I wish. It just sucks that you don't get the Sonic Sword until, like, what, chapter 24, 26, something like that? Something super late. So it's going to literally do him no good until then. Oh, it's 19, you actually get it? Okay. Still, it's a ways away, because I'm on, like, chapter 6.
Renew.
Now, if Imbue was in Path of Radiance, I'd be like, okay, here you go, Ike. Here's a toy. But...
Danger.
They sure do be hitting those 50s on Edward.
Yeah, that's not good. He's also, like, I think he's at low bar right now.
At least he's continuing to gain speed.
Baka. Super incidentally, if Left dies before this map, you fight a generic boss instead named Kesda, who's a black cat. He's just a dude. He's nothing really special. He's just something to look out for.
Interesting.
Yum.
I think it's more signifying unlucky for the player that Leth died.
Yeah. He does have a portrait, yeah. It's... Well, it's only just one of the generic male Laguz portraits. It's just... Like, I think he's just like the same, like one of those same ones, just like he's got like silver hair and something. Like grayish dusty hair.
I mean, are you gonna use Leth?
No, but I was throwing when I have to die. That'd be kind of rude!
Oof.
Damn, the two stats that didn't really matter all that much.
Dang. We'll just chalk that one up to it being night.
That's rather unfortunate. Sacrifice Teal instead of Isaac.
Sacrifice another world.
Yeah, low biorhythm is not helping. And yeah, these issue we're really seeing, these Laguz actually have a skill stat, and the claws are actually accurate. So yeah, accuracy is kind of a big deal.
Their claws are out.
Claws out, knives out.
Cat scratch fever.
Crit. Whew.
Why would you invoke chaos like that, Kris?
It's there. It's a 1%. Always dangerous.
Uh-oh. Now, sometimes, yeah, the Daein soldiers can get a little zealous and they do go down for my testing, but just have to try and block up in time. Try and make sure that this doesn't happen too often.
Excellent.
Grass.
Ark, become my wall. Oh god. Nice.
Woohoo!
Pretty nice. Jill mooch this one then. Keeps the Zihark safe at least. Yeah, this is also the point where Zihark comes in and even if you have been using it, if he doesn't have a reliable support, or like the Volu Earth going, or no one Earth going on, yeah, his dodge is going. Chances are going to be rather suspect. And I unfortunately did not use Zihark in this run. I normally do for hard mode runs, just so I can have that fallback, but I did not this time. This.
I love the water texture.
Very nice.
Nice water.
It's Speaking of, hydrate.
Amazing looking water in this game.
Especially for all the bodies in it.
I'm actually making a reference.
Once Edward goes here, it should be a little bit safer. If he keeps fighting, eventually he'll get into positive biorhythm, and then he'll start actually be able to dodge a little bit better. You can also take these really weak ones like these. No problem.
Experience.
They still feel them.
No.
That's okay. I actually don't mind if Sothe gets a random killer too. Since he needs speed. He that's the one stat he needs right now. It's just a matter for part 4.
Well, he still needs it. You take that trade.
Nice.
Yeah,
The
we
speed
take that trade.
continues.
Watch out, Edward. Aaron's running up behind you and catching up. It's like that Broly emote.
Yes.
Oh, that's so much better.
Yes. Sit down, kid.
Oh, nice.
Well,
He's getting most of the sense I want him to get, except defense. Which is the one stat I was hoping he'd get at least one run of right now. But I'm glad he's getting res at least, so because res is one of his awful stats.
Maybe if he gets enough speed, he won't have to tank things to the face.
On the 6th turn,
yay! You're late.
Sir Knight.
I brought Wendy's.
From Burger King?
He did. So, just in case you're having real trouble actually finishing this map, they give you an out here. So you can use the Black Knight. Just in case. I will not be using the Black Knight for anything other than a wall. So, go wall, please.
Unequip that boy.
You would think if you were having trouble with this map because your units were, bad or something, that giving you a busted unit that you can't keep would not be the solution to the map.
Yeah, because they only get harder from here.
when we finished Ace Attorney.
Oh, nice. You have fun?
The Ace Attorney anime. Yeah, it was the first time Mel got to see 3-5.
Ah,
Among, other things.
among other
3-4.
things.
Among the entirety of the trilogy.
Yes.
Ooh, ouch.
I had a complaint about the 3-4 adaptation. With Edgeworth.
That's the flashback, right?
That's the flashback. Mia's and Edgeworth's first case.
Yeah.
And,
Much
well,
better.
there you go, buddy. In the game, Edgeworth, reuses or, copies a lot of Von Karma's mannerisms. And he doesn't do that in the anime.
He doesn't. It's a little saddy sad.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
It is the whole
So
point.
cool.
It is a little bit of a saddy sad.
I think the one thing I wish they would have done was adapted 1-5 as one of the skipped cases like they did with the 2-1.
So I just wish pretty much everyone wishes at this point, Josh.
Yeah.
Everyone wants 1-5.
I think if they ever do more with it, they would obviously probably go to Apollo Justice. In which case it would make a lot of sense to do one of those lost flashbacks of 1-5 when they're doing that, so
Dutch.
we can hope.
But yeah, she was really invested. She had a lot of fun with the final case.
Very
We told
good.
her that, yeah, this is one of the... This is a very top scorer in many lists.
Yeah. It ties together everything. It was literally the perfect ending to the trilogy.
She said that the reason she prefers Great Ace Attorney to normal Ace Attorney is because there's no spirit channeling. She didn't like the spirit channeling. But she did say that this makes it slightly better. I'm slightly more okay with it.
I can grip with that.
Yeah, not having to deal with Cyclops is a good thing.
I don't think she cared about that, just
Well, I mean, it's
the
kind
idea of spirit channeling in the courtroom and such. And as a murder mystery thing.
Yeah, but it's extremely important to one of the cases, so. It's the entire genesis of what happens after the flashback stuff of 1-4.
Yeah. She wasn't really a big fan of it.
Oof. Well, I mean, for what it's worth, in universe, everybody
with the
thinks
magic
it's,
stuff.
everything's hokey because of that. So,
I don't really care what
Expected.
I don't really care what kind of levels Micaiah gets right now. She's not the main focus of these first couple maps.
Speaking of which, hello.
It's like goop. It's moving.
no, boys, don't touch
I
that.
said hello.
Look behind you.
And I say,
Anata.
yes.
Excellent.
You know what's the nice thing about class changing?
You don't have to use an item for it.
I'm just in time for this.
Music.
I prefer the music in Path
Drake?
Rating, TBH.
This is a very virgin stance. But now,
Power up.
he's a Chad.
The experienced warrior.
Warrior, come out and play.
Oh man, he's so beautiful. I like the golden boy of the Dawn Brigade.
It's a full heal.
Hooray.
Oh, it's a full. Oh, that's amazing. That's very D&D.
Yeah. And I can use crossbows, so that's good.
It's good. He's still our worst promoted unit.
That's kind of scary to think about, actually.
Leonardo hasn't promoted yet, Chris.
He's the last one that needs to focus
He's our worst promoted unit.
He won't be for long.
Well, right now. I tell no lies.
You tell no lies until 5 minutes from now.
What is that strength cap? That strength cap is the standard warrior cap. You'll just have to live with that massive gap because Nolan is a speed fighter, not a strength fighter.
Yeah, if you want the meathead, that's Boyd.
There's a chance you can cap that strength cap, but only a chance.
It's true for every stat.
Indeed.
Every stat has a 50% growth rate.
Mm.
It either happens or it doesn't. Making them all 50%.
You are the true emissary of the coin.
Wait a minute, this coin is double-sided. Chris!
All coins are double-sided.
Double-faced.
Double-faced.
Sea Lance. Elijah.
So how long have you been in the swamp?
Not for very long right now.
48 minutes and 34 seconds.
I see.
All of our grass.
Looking at the stream time.
Hi, Blue.
Peace, homie.
Later. So you're getting engaged on launch, Ray?
I pre-ordered my copy.
Cool.
And I bought mine this morning.
But will you have it on launch?
Odds are pretty good from what they said they'll probably deliver on launch day.
Okay.
I'll be taking care of my copy tomorrow.
No, I was the first to download on this server.
Yes, you were. As I saw earlier. I was all like, oh, is there a demo out?
Nice.
Stylish Aaron.
Mel did shout at me, is there a demo? And I said no.
I saw that.
Yeah.
If there had been a demo, I would have, shouted it from the rooftops.
You would. You absolutely would. No lie. You are absolutely
kicked
can
the
right
door
now.
down and shouted, "Speaking of engage!"
Sit down, kitty cat.
Mel told me that she would have given me her blessing to at everyone.
Oh shit!
That's how you know it's important.
Yeah, it is important. Only a week left.
I haven't had one since Awakening. A demo.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I thought you said an ad, but since Awakening, I'm like, the server didn't exist around Awakening. Oh no!
Damn. Well, that sends us back several turns. I was hoping we were in the safe state on the start of this one.
I guess he's back to a virgin fighter.
Well, that halberdier's still alive.
Alright, kids. Yeah, I got to play a little bit around a little bit longer.
This is why Nolan's not in Faye yet.
Just a little tiny.
Hello, Mr. Black Knight.
He's come to take a bath in the river.
He just walks straight to the river, and then he keeps walking until his head submerges under. But he comes out the other side just fine and still walking. All while his
What?
armor is dripping water.
The Black Knight swims just fine.
Pretty much.
So Lance.
I now have 2 chapters left to beat VC1. Speaking of swimming fine.
So that would be
I have to go up against Jaeger Redux and then Maximilian.
there you go. Not much left.
Strength this time instead of speed, which is just good.
I think it was not too bad. Aaron took that. Go, Eddie. Yeah.
They should rename Edward's sword from the Calibolg to the Carrybolg. Yeah, Carrybolg.
This is a
I think-
knife.
I think that's a very funny detail, actually, hearing Gallia's face start theme for the enemy team.
Yeah. It really does sell the it's literally 2-player armies going to war.
Yeah. I like how you have perfectly placed Micaiah right behind a gentleman, because she is delicate.
They say only Pelleas knows, and he's not telling us.
The nose knows.
Did Micaiah ask before she left?
Nope. At least we assume that she didn't, because she just said, I believe in what he says. Like, unconditionally.
And she said, well, he's my ruler. I must obey his what he decrees, basically.
I mean, before that point, she was just the leader of a resistance.
Yeah.
This is a part of the plot where things get a little bit stretched.
16 enemies to go. After this turn, I'll turn everything back on.
Okay, I believe you. God, these guys hit so fucking hard.
They do be tigers like that.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
Ten. Tap strength.
Nice.
Here.
Nolan shall class change soon. '83.
We go again.
You're a warrior now. Embrace it.
Embrace it.
greater than ever.
Embrace it, but most importantly, keep it.
But
Most importantly, don't
embrace
die.
it.
Oh, you gave her resolve. That's
Oh,
smart.
that's cheeky. I like that.
That's
This is a
smart.
classic strat. This is a classic strat.
Implying that I ever used sacrifice on Micaiah after she
This
promoted.
is age old, baby.
Man, I learned a thing today.
It is very smart. Whoever thought it up in the beginning.
Danger,
Massive
Micaiah.
problem. Yeah, I also don't do danger and peril strats in Paper Mario, so maybe that's why I never thought to do it.
At least, no, this one's at least a little bit more practical and fun.
Then again, I guess, you know, Resolve Wrath, Ike, and Path of Radiance is a thing that everybody does, so.
Power up.
Bingo.
You got the drip.
Man, he do be sniping though.
The sniper code looks really good in this game.
Yeah.
The crit 10 bonus is all we really need from out of Leonardo right now, so no complaints here.
Very, very nice. Everyone's growing up. Some better than others.
Defense?
Actually, Chris, I think you have to rescind your statement from earlier. I don't think Nolan's the worst of the promoted units. I think that might go to Laura on pure stats, but she also promoted early.
Never.
What if we ask nicely?
I wasn't asking nicely, though. I was
No
saying
react-
you should.
No reaction. This means I win. No, I'm kidding.
Adapt, crit,
Oh, dude.
Adapt crit. Let's go.
adapt, crit!
Let's go.
Nice.
Oh, let's go.
One round, baby.
This game is fun to watch. Be right back.
Aye. D.
Imagine if they ever made the Black Knight, like, use fists, and he just, you know, oh, you attack me, you miss, I punch you away. Black
Yes.
Luna punch. Just turns into Sub-Zero.
S-sword.
That poor cat thought it could challenge the wolf.
Oh, Fang Fist!
Which Sub-Zero? Spine Rip, I guess. Classic fatality.
Skylandra is nice.
If only he'd gotten strength.
Eight left to go. Crit!
Nice.
Holy shit. Let him cook.
Or Edward just deletes him.
Delito. Install.
The boy's looking good.
Cat HP.
It's looking very good. Wait, 40 is his cap?
Yeah. Yeah, Sword Masters don't get going to be very healthy.
Yeah.
Same for you. Warrior's cap for HP is 53, I think it is.
That is so random.
That's a weird number.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't pick it.
It says this is post-Cog FE. Why are they picking weird numbers?
Yeah, because the Reaver, the tier 3 warrior, is 68 HP cap. Not
What are they
65,
doing?
not 70, 68! Exactly.
What are they doing?
You should see some of the tier 2 variants of the tier 3 classes in part 4, because a good number of them just cap out at 58 HP. Not that they ever see them in-game, but look at their data, that's what they do.
Halberdier special, 56 HP cap. Blade Paladin, 58. Come on.
What is going on?
Sniper is 57 for the special one. Oh, intelligent systems. Oh, you sweet babies.
We should be clear next turn. Yiddy. Miss.
Hi, kitty. Ever doesn't even need Beast Foe.
Miss. City kitty.
Save that weapon use, baby.
That is not cap skill. But it is higher than that my test runs have had him have skill at this point anyway, so this is good for me.
By the way, I do enjoy the fact that he rolled back as a dodge.
Yeah. The combat roll is good.
Sit style and free flying. Here to go. Yeah, this'll do fine. Something for like another point of defense at least, but this'll do fine.
Sure, a little more defense, but you know, beggars can't be choosers.
The True Blade defense cap isn't that high anyway, so we could probably make a difference there.
That's true.
Actually,
I dare say he's probably one of your strongest units easily.
Oh yeah.
it's like I wanted it that or something.
It's like you fished. Ray got the rod out because he's going fishing.
You got the super rod.
26 defense, I think, for male True Blade. Female is 25. And male Swordmaster cap is 22 defense, so they don't get that much more. They already start capping out.
What's his growth rate in defense? If you know.
Like 30, I think? 30, 35? One of those. This is okay. She's almost capped already!
This game sure was balanced. No, it wasn't.
Who will be our 2 unlucky contestants?
One you get to die? Oh, it's been a while since I listed off that classic.
Well, if we went far enough, it'd be Leith and Mordecai, but... Then it'd flip an Uno reverse card back to us.
I'm gonna say, can you actually get to the top before you have to stop?
Yes, you can. It is possible. You have to push aggressively for it, but it is possible.
Alright. Neat.
Spin!
Blam! One.
Didn't want to risk the crit.
Yeah.
We're done here. And we end it on a great level up.
Jesus, speed. I'm not gonna complain.
Okay.
This is pointless!
Ron.
Well, this ought to be good. You have no chance for victory. Further bloodshed is meaningless. Please surrender while you can. This is
Okay.
order from on high. Oh, hey! Slander! Oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell? Immediately, like, the fuck was that?
Hello, you.
Hi, Torneo. Where was your immaculate armor? We could use you.
Hey, Christian, how relevant is he?
Extremely.
Yes.
Should have just
Perfect.
They should have had him show up on the map instead of the Black Knight. TBH.
They should have arrived together, hand in hand.
Yes. I keep looking at Tornio's shoulder plates and I'm all like, you could fit a head in there.
Clearly we give it-
aside from a little bit of a botchy botch, I'd say that was alright.
Yeah. It's a
Clearly
tough
we
map.
give Tornio savior, so you can fit a head in there.
It's one of those run killer maps for first timers.
It is absolutely just really rough for first timers. No shame in this, like, pulling back. And this is a hard mode too. You have more enemies to kill than on normal and hard, and you do on easy.
Oh,
The
baby.
Daein Army takes to the field and deals a heavy blow to the army of the Laguz Alliance. This sudden aggression shocks the Alliance like a lightning bolt on a clear day. With their only avenue of retreat blocked, the forces of the Laguz Alliance begin to despair. As the last shred of hope is fading, Skrimir appears before his troops and rallies them on, bolstering their failing strength. Gallian morale is further improved by the appearance of Tibarn and Ike's forces, who aid the Beast Army with talon and steel.
Lanencia's big dick map mode is not going to come for a little while yet. Chapter 7, Rivals Collide.
Ooh. Important map.
That night, east of the Raban River.
That's the same exact intro we got last time.
Several hours later.
That's unexpected to say the least.
Fire Emblem Rivals, it's the new PvP mobile game. It fails in a year.
Please fail faster than that.
I ran through a line really quick. Yeah. So now Dane's evolved. What do we do?
Who?
An interesting figure. So I'll just slim in the background. They had no ballista and the end fielded many fire mages. Yeah, try zero.
Have none.
We had one, but he left. We feel great.
Thanks for chipping in, Racing.
Well, it's nice to see that everyone's feeling a little bit more chipper about our situation. Now we're back with Greil Mercs. Let's move this out of the way right now.
Well, she's not wrong. She does need all the help she can get.
Why?
What is with you two?
Is this how Ike feels?
You got a house troll!
It's not going on either of you.
Haha, joke's on you.
They all stare at Mordecai. What?
Joke's on you.
And Mordecai's all like, Mordecai is grateful, Lorenov. I will put this to good use.
Dress there, prepped, ready to go. I have no money, but let's see what's in the bargains. Keep it.
Why does Amy have Rolf's bow?
Just keep it, okay? That's all I got.
Shinon sold it to her.
Makes sense to me.
Second goal in American Titania. Get your support going.
Hooray.
Brother and sister battle couple.
Very cool, very cool. Bonus experience.
Me and Mel were talking about Engage. And shipping. Ooh. Level up.
Just one. I can get another point of speed.
Hey.
Cheers, homie.
Not much else he can get.
Y'all shipping in there?
And I made a list of characters like, yeah, I'm pairing these up and these up and these up. And she was like, excellent, excellent. And then I posted in all caps, God, I hope none of these are related.
That was like a week and a half ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they learned their lesson.
Something tells me they haven't quite learned their lesson yet.
I mean, I don't think it's ever gonna get as bad as Fates.
I'm holding on to that energy roll, by the way.
And if it does, you guys can go back and say you called it.
So now we get the full brunt of the Raban River. That's right.
Wow.
He's not wrong, but I mean, Sothe just cut right to the point. Things are getting crazy around here. Out. In. I need Har. Sorry, Grit. Sorry, Mia. Oh, Racing. Never mind. Yeah, I absolutely need Racing.
You need a fifth.
Sheesh.
This'll do. So now is the time to invoke both the second part of the Black Knight Secret and the first part of Soren's Heritage Secret. That means it's time to drop rocks.
Meteor.
Eat rock. I'm clever.
So this is a Survivor 12 turn map as you push downward toward the Raban. The Daein Army has a lot more better dudes now that can actually fight compared to what they were throwing at us before.
Micaiah, where were these dudes?
Yeah, seriously.
And on occasion, you'll find the Dawn Brigade members just chilling, reforming these other guys. And we have Aaron over here, and Nolan by this one warrior. Here's the fun part to compare. This is generic level 11. Nolan.
It's rough. I have to point this out because I think someone will in the comment section. Please don't bring corrosion when you fight the Dawn Brigade.
Yeah, it would be kind of bad. So you're a generic halberdier, Aaron, who's actually much faster than he normally is. He's just not as lucky. So good on them. Generic Draco, Jill, she's a little weaker, but she's faster than most of them are. And then you got the armors, and then wow, lol. They give them weapons just so they can fight here.
Dorky. Yeah, she's kind of dorky.
He is very dorky.
She would use the Keyblade.
The vanguard of the Dawn Brigade is here, and you, I guess. So yeah, there's also just Micaiah and Sothe. So the Sothe's Heritage Secret, you need to have Soren attack Micaiah, which is why I have the Meteor Tome.
Aren't the map objectives for this map and the previous one mixed up? Like, they should be, right?
They kinda.
I mean, yeah, they could both work in reverse.
Because the last one, it ends with, oh no, we gotta call for a truce here, where there's so many of them. After you've killed like 90% of them.
Well, she does say they keep coming or whatever, so...
It's in the fog, how can she tell?
Because the enemies keep showing up and attacking them.
Also, Micaiah used to do predictions. You remember that?
Also true.
Meanwhile, here
Sorry, her
we are with
Monado visions have been failing her a lot.
here we are with the superior Greil Mercs, and we have to survive for 12 turns when we're the ones going on the attack.
Yeah. So the Reaper card there is in case you don't have hit the speed threshold to attack the Black Knight. That's there just so he doesn't counter, because you need to the best survivability. You want to attack him at range. You attack him at melee. He has a good chance to proc Eclipse, and you just lose. You just outright lose automatically. And also, both characters need to survive the map. I mean, you can't kill the Black Knight here, which is totally possible if you have a jacked tier 3 unit at this point.
Hammer.
And ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no, we're not there yet.
So keep racing on the back here for the first opening turn. It's magic.
Well, Ike always needs to survive.
Yeah, you lose.
Formality. It's a formality. We get Dane's battle theme. All right, guys, that's it.
Survive for 12 turns. We could just sit there.
Don't really want to press the attack, huh? All right, fine. I'll come to you then.
It should be the Daein Army survives for 12 turns. Show them mercy, otherwise you lose.
This is another map where the horse, if you bring cavalry units, they eventually cannot cross anymore. Because once they run out here, it's just river, and they can't cross it.
Do I have to say the question again? What were they thinking?
You're more than welcome to. It doesn't stop them from just being you being right or them being wrong, but it is what they do.
What were they thinking?
Angry video game nerd.
No, we'd get super demonetized if I went that far.
Oh, baby.
Well, I make money on my videos anyway.
Baka.
Fight me, IRL.
Oh no, guys, we gotta survive.
Oh no, guys, we gotta survive.
I'll drop it.
Oh no.
It's funny though.
Chris, yeah, we gotta survive.
Stay sharp, Greil Mercs. We must keep the faith alive.
Oh, that was so close. I almost took 2 damage.
2 damage.
Ah, okay.
Minor damage.
Minor damage sustained. Let's dance.
Improbable.
Well, in turn 3, these guys show up.
Hooray. Oh, I see.
Yeah, Janaf and Elkie are like, hey, what's up? We're here to provide a little bit of extra assistance for you guys. And yeah, please do, because you guys rule.
Rare footage of Bliss being used.
So here's Janaf. Here's Elkie. They are in strong contention for being the best non-royal Laguz in the game due to their raw stats. And with transfers, oh baby, they rule that title with aplomb. Janaf especially. Not only does Janaf come in like really good, he comes at a high level, 1 level away from taking Sorry sign to learn Tear, the mastery skill for the Hawks. Quite interchangeable. Again, you got difference personal skill between the two. Janaf has slightly higher strength and insight, gives him more hit and vision, which is only 1 more fog of what map that he can actually participate. Actually, no, he's forced in the Hawk Army in part 4, so no, he can't even do that. It's just there for bluff. And well, hey, easy, controller, relax. Elkie has vigilance, avoid and dodge plus 20. So yeah, he's Elkie has more speed this time. He was the slower of the two in half radiance. And Janaf is just, he hits hard. They're both really solid picks, especially, so you can't really go wrong with either. Their only real downfalls, they have Ace Strike.
Ace Strike?
Hawks as a class are pretty strong. They have high skill, pretty fast, decent defenses, and they have the same transformation meter as Tigers do. So let's go rapid fire these gross out real quick. I have to actually open the site because I forgot to actually do the before the stream started. So Janaf's gross are 55 HP, 40 strength, 15 magic, 45 skill, 25 speed, 50 luck, 35 defense, 10 res. And Elkie, his gross are 65 HP, 25 strength, 30 magic, 25 skill, 40 speed, 34 defense, 30 res, 25 res. They are pretty cool, gotta say. Especially in this map when you would want to have some, you want to have a little bit of a air superiority right now, since there's a lot of air cover you're going to be wanting to cover.
I wish we had lightning strike.
Same, bro.
They are basically the Cain and Abel as far as bird homies go.
Which is neat.
You dig it? Next ready. There's a quota.
Yeah!
Good, don't have to worry about getting crit in this map. Another map where it can't just be flat out stopped.
Not ever.
You two be the good, Sissy and Burble couple.
Nice water in this game.
They're so nice to look at. Crossbow. This shotgun.
Perfect setup.
That.
No, Ike, you're supposed to set up kills. Not take them.
He spent too long in Smash.
I go Burr.
He hustles at an accelerated pace. Bird up.
Battle in the skies above.
Bird up.
No, how dare you?
Rude.
Oh no.
You know, for a nation that couldn't, like, rally any troops to them at the start of the game, where did these soldiers come from?
Don't worry about it.
A riddle for the ages.
I remember we actually have a faced boss that works for Daein as well later. It's like, damn, where have you been, dude?
I think I know what you mean.
Nice sound effect.
Flora makes a nice noise. Took care of you. No errant crits. I don't want to have you out of my eye. Fine.
The farm man can lift heavier bales of hay now.
Nah, he's lifting cows at this point.
Cow tipping? No, that's not a thing. Cow lifting? That is.
Dude be ripped.
It's fine. Nice common numbers we missed now. Just needs to get to doubling territory.
If Mist ends up in range of an Anima Sage, we need to remember to check to see if Florette counts as light magic.
Yeah. Yes, enough. Hey, hey.
I love the little, like, thwip sound it makes before you throw it.
Right.
Now that's a flourish. Eh.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you just tickle me? I just realized that Draco had the wrong palette. Got Begnion colors, not Daein colors.
Maybe Daein likes the red wyverns too.
Even the armor's red.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oops. That I can't argue.
I mean, the easiest option would be they're Begnion reinforcements, and they just named them wrong. I don't know.
You know what I'm looking at this map? When we enter combat, like, I think looking at the mountains in the
Let's
distance.
go, Nolan.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty, like, the background's pretty beautiful. I think that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm most excited for in Engage?
More of the same.
If we compare these two images here, slight edit I made.
Much more saturated color palette.
It's more vibrant. We haven't had a colorful Fire Emblem game since Sacred Stones.
Yeah.
In Awakening is pretty bright.
The
Depends on the map.
like the art, definitely. The
Have you
game
been
itself,
to the
I mean,
Tree
it's
of-
more colorful than It's more colorful
Have you been to
than-
the Tree of Naga?
than previous ones. Yeah. And yes, it's kind of scuffed, the colors. Here, it was a quick edit. Don't grill me!
You're better at color balancing and presumably Photoshop than I am. So
I don't know. I think things started getting dark around Echoes. That's me.
I
I
mean,
think this game is plenty
this
dark.
game,
Look at it!
This game, Shadow Dragon, New Mystery. I'd say those three are dark too. But
Well, I mean, and then we jumped up with Awakening and Sum of Fates, and then we went back to Echoes. And we definitely went back in Three Houses.
it's definitely cyclical because look at like Genealogy and Thracia are definitely darker looking color palettes too. So
I told you not to grill me.
Let them cook.
Yes, I exaggerated the colors for effect. It's just to say that. I am excited with that. Engage is very colorful.
Well, I'm excited that you're excited.
I'm excited.
I'm not.
Oh, damn.
I will say I do still have that like fear in the back of my brain that like I'm gonna love the gameplay and stuff and the story's gonna be kind of whatever, like not basic but gets the job done, and then whatever they do next is gonna be like complete 180 from all of this, and I'm just gonna be like, you had a good thing, all you had to do was make better. Ooh, I see a fire sage.
Clear path.
Right, I don't expect, equipable stands and whatnot, but like the systems similar to like the engage attack, systems similar to break and smash and everything else, like all that stuff seems extremely positive for the series going forward. And if they get rid of that stuff as like a one-off just for engage, that's the part I'm going to be sad about.
They always,
Unless the game is a remake after this one.
Yeah. That's what I've always appreciated about intelligent systems, and with their mechanics, is that they reinforce the story and such. Like Awakening was all about the power of friendship and bonds, and they were like, hey, what if our units could fight together? So that was pair up. It's like nice. And then Three Houses was like, hey, this game is about the bigness of war, you could say, like, and the people in it. So it had battalions.
Yeah, and
like
it was
they wanted
about-
to emphasize the size of the army and like a lot of units on screen at the same time. So they had that. And Engage now is like, what if you had superpowers? So, you know, it might return. It probably wouldn't return the same way, but like, if you
Right.
wanted your characters to have superpowers, this is one way to do it.
This is more like the, you know, use Sigurd's engage attack and you rip through enemies and come up on the other side of them, you know, or use Corrin's Dragon Vein ability and you can lay down tiles on the map, you know, that do stuff.
You could do an overdrive mechanic or something like that.
Yeah. Overdrive.
Yeah.
Beep beep.
How could you?
Easily. Zihark?
Zihark.
No.
He's on our
Use him.
side now.
Or
Yeehaw.
use him to defeat Meg.
You know, not that I would expect you could get Braum over there, but it'd be funny if you could take Braum over to Meg on this map.
They can't fight each other, for the record. They just have
No.
talk. Neither
yeah.
of them will be able to fight each other. 40 defense!
Be interested to see what the talk said.
Oh, it's like, Daddy! It's like, oh, let's bless you, see you here, Meg. There's no way I'm going to be fighting my daughter. You go do your own thing.
Surprised he wouldn't try to talk her out of fighting in the war period.
See, Zihark can defect again with left from Mordecai. Also, Ilyana and Braum if you had an ace support with either of them in Path of Radiance.
And now you give him the energy drop and then recruit him back with the Dawn Brigade.
That is some circular logic.
Brilliant.
That conversation with Ilyana, by the way, is actually, like, genuinely cool. She doesn't mention food at all.
Ah, the fire stage just moved into the perfect range to test.
The Daein Army don't know how to fight Laguz. They haven't brought any fire mages.
Hehe.
And other lies.
Traitor! Yeah, that's nice. A talk on this map, if you got an ace support for them in Path of Radiance, they can talk to them too.
Yeah, so they have to be bond units then, right?
Yeah.
Micaiah looking over as Zihark fights her men. What the fuck?
Now still typeless.
Okay, yeah, so it does not count as light. Which, I mean, I guess makes sense. It is just magic of the magic variety.
Hellfire.
Miss.
I'm gonna go grab a snack. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
How dare you?
Tee. Horror a little bit here. No crit avoid to worry about.
Nice.
I don't get that kill the Soren or I miss.
Maybe she should get speed, so she can double.
Behold.
Hey!
There you go.
Today's episode of Mordecai Commits a War Crime.
Yeah, and just closes his eyes. So that strike. Right now, my Ike can't really beat Black Knight. Even with the Eddard and Cap strength, still, I think it'll fall short. Supports maybe it could get a crit off and with just enough damage, but yeah, I think I still don't want to be fighting. They're getting in there at least. They're slowly whittling the boy down.
LOL, Lamau.
Jill is a top-tier unit in Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn.
You try, Jill. Bring in the rear guard. Hey.
Oh no!
Scrap.
Captain, my captain.
It's pretty good talk, actually.
Let's do it to her, Jill. So yeah, and just in the same way, Har can cause Jill to defect in this map. Also missed and left if they have Ace Spore and Path of Radiance.
We have depowered the Dawn Brigade a lot.
We sure have! Now, in my test run, I actually just defected Jill. I did not defect Zihark. That turned out to be a pretty bad move on hindsight because my Dawn Brigade was not good in my test run. But things are different. My Dawn Brigade is kicking ass, and they have Edward now. So
Fair enough.
I can afford to let them go.
Famous last words, but I believe in you.
Lol, Lamau.
They have become the depressed brigade.
Oh, they sure will. And Zihark and Jill do have talks with some of these guys if they do engage in combat. We saw the Micaiah. Trying to get them the hell out of here.
The Dawn Brigade, more like the Solar Eclipse Brigade.
More like the Comet Brigade.
Hmm.
Once every 66 years.
Another grass. Another grass?
Mordecai's a proponent of telling people to touch grass.
And touch grass, beat ass.
Hey yo.
Over for now.
But I think all of my grass tastes like olives.
Eh,
So I wouldn't eat them. I don't like olives.
I assume it tastes like Olive Garden. It's got
Never
the same
been.
initials and everything.
Almost there.
So, you've come to Facebook.
Yes.
really wants to fight hard.
Their battle will be legendary.
You wanted it that badly.
Lamau, lamau, lamau. Colossus.
Nice try.
Worth.
To be fair, I think Nolan getting his ass beat by Har at least makes sense. Everybody's ass gets beat by Har.
Almost there.
Soon, TM.
Sothe, watching all this carnage unfold. Are you sure we're the attacking team?
Goddess's rebuke? You're just like me!
For real, for real?
Is there even blood in your veins? There is. Would you like a flaming rock?
Drop rocks.
One. Now we just gotta push a little bit further.
Now it's time for the commander to approach.
In a hurry, use a med staff. What's that a reference to?
Your mother.
Well, Kris, did you tell Ron?
No. It's the Fire Emblem theme.
Oh.
Fire Emblem Tough Simulation. Once you start playing it, you won't be able to stop.
I know what you mean.
Did you pass along the message to Ron about what your mother said?
Oh,
I think so. Did
no, I don't think so.
You remember he wasn't there that day.
Well, I thought I told you later. Well, you weren't there, so I guess you'll never know. I'm kidding, I'm sorry. She really appreciated it. She was thankful. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. I will never say bad about anything about her again.
What?
Not that I ever did.
No.
Oh no, I almost took 3 damage. This is incredibly sad.
It sure is a logjam.
Alright, kids, it's nice of you to line up all day, but nah, I need you to get out of my way.
If only we had map attacks. Coming soon in Fire Emblem Engage.
They launched an MAPW. Warp Ragnarok.
What's the best part about Warp Ragnarok?
It's the fact that you can drop Ragnarok.
No.
No? It's the fact that you can warp?
No.
No? I give up.
It's the fact you're one with Celica.
No.
What
It's
is
that it costs 1 HP to use.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? You're right. That's a deal.
Ooh, come on, Jill.
It's likely.
Okay.
100% chance. It happened.
Nice.
You gotta deal with Edward.
Yeah, that might be spooky.
I got it.
Oh, Racing hasn't moved yet. Never mind.
Freaking Pokemon.
It's just a Swanna.
The noise he made when transforming. Very Pokemon-y.
Rocking.
Racing time.
For what reason?
What race?
Raison d'etre. Beep.
Oh no.
Anyway. I do think it's kind of silly that if you attack a Laguz and they don't counterattack, they still lose gauge.
A little bit.
Especially in a game where they're bad enough if you're not a royal.
Ow. This was a mistake.
Sa, Faitoshio!
Things aren't
Mordecai.
going very well. Okay.
Mordecai out here being that's no Zaku of Laguz.
This is no Zaku, boy. No Zaku.
Miss.
This is no Zaku, pal.
No Zaku!
One damage, one crit.
This game is fair and balanced.
This really does show the disparity between the Dawn Brigade and the Greil Mercs.
For them, it's disparity.
Yes.
Sorry, I got to break you into like school hard knocks the hard way. Back up.
Oh, I love playing Faye and running into teams like this. It's the all Elowood squad.
The Allowood squad.
All Elowood.
How much?
Yes.
Like a moving forest.
Stay healthy for me.
Cancelled on Twitter.com.
You've just been cancelled, Edward, sorry.
I knew the Dawn
Bro.
Brigade shouldn't have gotten their funding from Netflix.
You broke your javelin on his ribs.
Yeah, that's a one for one.
Just like how Jonathan broke his sword on Dio.
Yeah, exactly.
Except, you know, Dio kind of put himself together.
Yeet. Yeah, I can actually do damage to Black Knight. That's funny. Mordecai can do damage too, but it's better than 0. Soon it'll be 7.
Give the Daeins reinforcements one thing. They are certainly resilient. Also, I love that the water actually casts a reflection from the mounts. I just now noticed that.
That is what the cool kids call a neat touch.
Indeed.
Well, it'd be awkward if it only cast a reflection of the riders.
Wow, too bad your magic is just ass-like. If I get their mist. Dum.
Shinon's best role. Dodge tanking.
Line them up.
Leonardo really wants to have a test of skill.
Test of your reflexes.
Comes the Black Knight.
Hooray!
It's
Hooray.
getting to him easier. Living against him might be a different story.
Just need to put you here. Everyone else back up. This is the only thing I care about. Everyone else just back off.
Ike, stay back!
I can do 1 damage to the Black Knight with the added, and supporting with mist. 3 damage with mist supporting.
Yes, get that magic so we can use cards with you.
Could, yeah.
String.
If he gets caps about magic, it'd be 26 attack and get some low res enemies with it, I guess.
Good card.
But yeah, more so to just to have good healing with blessing.
I see Rayson watched that Averages Unleashed video, so he knows just how powerful the cards can be.
Maho Kado Hatsudo! Let's just go for it then. Come.
27 damage, Jesus Christ. Miss just swings for his knee.
Ah, the old fencer tech. Aim low so they get hit even if they duck.
30% damage reduction.
So,
You guys ready for this?
oh, uh-oh.
Somehow I knew it wasn't over yet. I let you win.
Any?
Do enjoy the pause that Ike has just before he like replies. Like he's just thinking it over like obviously.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You were not yet capable of seeing it. Greil mercenary Ike versus the Black Knight. Ooh.
Look. Alright, time to run.
Alright, we're done.
We're done here.
We're done. That's it.
Oh, watch out.
Let us see if today is that day. I promise you it is. I dodges, it barely grazes his hair. I promise.
Bye.
I promise you it's tomorrow. Bye.
Nigerundayo.
Nigerundayo, Smokey.
Oh, it'd be fun. It'd be funny if you could run Ranulf in there to fight him.
Save state. Out of the way, Shinon.
Also, I would debate the fact that the Black Knight let us win. He certainly didn't have his stats or anything.
Oh, I
And
thought I
that's like
smelled
in
you
the-
earlier. We just have to stop meeting like this. Back in Gallia and Chromia. We just ran into each other recently, too. I don't know the others, but I can tell who you are. You have one heck of a stench. Still one on up, huh? Fine. If that's the case, I'll tear your mask off and show everyone myself.
Yeah, good luck with that.
He knows.
He knows.
Eclipse.
Oh.
Black Knight be like, my armor's blessing is gone. Ranulf be like, bullshit.
Yoink!
Still thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
That was cool. I got the Ranulf quote down as well.
Anyway, I'm gonna say they recently showed off an ad for Velma, which is a Scooby-Doo thing that I'm not going to talk about.
Oh no! Twitter has been going fucking feral over it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about it, but I will post this.
That's last turn.
Yeah, that was good, Ron.
What I want to know is where's the caveman?
I also saw one that was like, you won't catch me watching the show, not whenever there's a, not whenever this clip it exists, and it's from some actual Scooby-Doo thing, and it's like, you mean to tell me ghosts and everything is real? And it's Shaggy, Scooby, like, we've been trying to tell you this for years, and you wouldn't listen to us.
Yeah, I'm not interested at all. I saw a little bit of the preview, and I'm like, I understand. This is not for me at all.
Good thing we managed to survive.
Please give us your orders. Yes, I am ordering you to get the hell out of Dodge.
You will listen to me, unlike Gallia's soldiers who did not listen to Leith.
Oh, it's getting weird now.
Daein, that's a keep.
Dang.
Zounds! He too has the power of the warp tactics. How he do? How he do?
He must be from Ouroboros.
Now we could confront Lacane about this, or he could use the rewarp staff.
Or he could use the rewarp staff.
Or you can just kill Lacane.
As it turns out, he does have something on Pelleas, but right now is not the time for Pelleas to tell words. Why must we warp and rewarp?
If only to suffer.
The diversion created by the Greil mercenaries allows the Laguz Alliance to slip successfully past the Daein Army's blockade. Yet General Zelgius and his Central Army show no mercy and continue their relentless pursuit of the Laguz Alliance. The weakened Alliance is forced to a hard choice. They must pass through the northern edge of the Serenus forest. From there, they will try to make their way to a hidden road that will lead them out of Begnion and back to Gallia.
Oh baby, Josh, are you ready for some more filler?
Oh boy.
Chapter 8, Incandescent Glow. This is not Celiora Castle, that's a typo. European version gets that correct.
What's it supposed to be?
Serenus Forest.
Oh, duh. How did they mess that up? Autocorrect was not a thing when this game came out.
If I had to guess, it was from the last, one of the last, entries before the next big, shift. They had to probably copy-pasted. Because, oh yeah, sell URL starts with an S. E. And, oops.
The legends say.
All right, hot take, no pun intended. There should have been a route split here. Depending on which way you go in the cave.
Not a bad idea.
So, in Zelgius...
It's a terrible idea.
Smartly is like, yeah, those caves are bad news. No. Call them all back. When suddenly...
I can't let you do that.
It's
Stop
time
us.
for ancient gear tactics!
Here we go.
Friends and others, I introduce to you the runt of the Senator Pack, Valtome.
A character who I am shocked is not a grand hero battle in Fae yet.
Same,
Give it
homie.
time.
He was just gonna come out and be like, "What's up?"
They'll, whenever Valencia gets, like a legendary hero or something, then he'll
Oh, dude,
show
that'd
up
be
as a
great.
GHP.
That'd be amazing.
And then they'll do that map.
So yeah, Valtome is essentially Dr. Crawler from GX, but he was just stuck in Season 1, early Season 1, and then just suddenly turned evil when the Shadow Riders came in. Instead of actually helping out the good guys and being an endearing character. Nah, Valtome, he's just a fuck.
What if Prowler but bad?
What if Crawler but bad? So now he's basically forcing Zelgius to go after them. I'm a senator, you must obey. Ho 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 ho. Hey. Now we're in the Kalku Caves. Kalku, Calgon.
There's something very important to talk about. Our dear Senator, very much later on in the game.
Owned.
A little.
He's trying to literally pull himself together. No, that's your name, not mine. Ooh. Say that again. Ah.
Ah,
Yeah, Dawn. Lots of
it's
fun
not
skill.
going on her.
You're a meanie.
It's not going on her though. That's for sure. Sorry, kid. Dawn's alright in this. It's enemies within a 3 space radius lose 5 hit and evade. I think crit evade. No, not crit evade. Just hit and evade. It's just a general, fairly minor aura. But it's better to have it than not. And it's very cheap.
It's nice that we get it in this game when we didn't get it in the last one.
Yeah. It was just Ashlar just had it. Bertram
Petrine had it too.
And so did Petrine. Yeah, I just had to remember them. So,
I feel like
main three.
Bertram might have had it too, but
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
No, he did.
Oh.
He did. Yeah.
All right.
So, Zihark and Jill are on the team. They're here to stay. I have no money. What do we have to, oh, okay.
Thank you for joining our party, you filthy traitors.
That's all right. Yeah, you're welcome. Don't mind me. We were happy to provide, you know? So
That's a lot of gold.
So
400, 400, 400.
So you're home. Not gonna need this anymore.
Yeah. Wow, we have 2 Wild Heart scrolls.
Elemental hero, Wild Heart.
It's you.
Man, with all the GX talk, I kind of want Zach to show more GX sometime soon.
Oh, this to you, Ranulf, since you actually have the stats to use it now. With the I can afford to have you half shifted, just so I can build strike with them more reliably. And the other on you.
She's done cutting off arms.
Ampist.
Alright, this one hurts me just a little bit.
Sorry, guys. This is what I wanted to do for a while. This is yours. It'll be quite a music Rambo. I'm actually looking forward to with my current Dawn Brigade team.
Inside of the 3 houses map.
The moment I saw it in 3 houses, I was like, I just felt a chill down my spine. I'm like, fuck, not again.
The wackiest thing about that map is that it doesn't take place in a volcano.
It doesn't!
It's out in an open field.
It's just a field! They just had a volcano setting for it!
Just pretend you're in Japan playing a Samurai Warriors game.
I'm gonna pretend I'm in bed. In fact, I won't even need to pretend. Good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Bye,
Chris.
homie.
I'll see you on the flip side.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
So, you may remember back in my first playthrough, I had, words regarding this map. None of them were good. I described this as my least favorite map in the entire game. I, have mellowed out considerably. I, think I'm still not a fan of this map, but at least I'll take it in stride now as opposed to just shouting obscenities as we go. But this is pretty ruthlessly filler as we go through a volcano. Having to watch our step and the footing, we don't land on these. As soon as we do, and all units that are on them take 10 damage. And then just go on as we rout the enemy. Hey,
Do you think that...
Go ahead, Josh.
No, I was gonna say, do you think they felt like they needed to include a volcano map because they had done so in like all 3 GBA games?
Part of me is thinking that. I think they just wanted to have this map just so they could have it as a staple FE location now that they have been doing it in the GBA series. And like, we didn't do it in Path Radiance, so let's flex a little bit.
And to be fair, with Path of Radiance basically being developed concurrently with Sacred Stones, they kind of didn't need to.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, man, you remember Septimus, right? He was worried that Laguz are coming to consume him. Well, joke's on him, they're coming to consume him this time. He ain't going nowhere. He does have a Silver Greil Lance at least. And he's guarded by 2 druids. That brings our druid count to 3 of 6.
20 bucks if you let Septimus die by fire on the map.
I could try, but I don't know how well that would pay off. I'll now return to base and HX Sports. No, they're not ready. Hey, Defectors Unite, why not?
Jill appreciates that extra avoid that she's going to be getting.
Super incidentally, I rewatched the Daybreak mod trailer again a couple days ago, and one of the supports that have full conversations with the plan was Zihark Jill, and one of their conversations was planning to defect on this side, since all supports in that mod are going to be time gated.
Nice.
I'm gonna say, from a design standpoint, I think this map is pretty cool. It's like
It looks
3D.
nice. I dig the textures. The lava, especially, looks pretty sick. But
Yeah, it's like FE7 except on the console. You know how with the whole caverns.
Yeah, I think I would like this map better if they used like the tile set they did with the cave in part 2 and just added like the fiery floor textures like you get in the GBA games. Because like there being all of this lava all about inside the cave kind of doesn't make sense to me. Like the entire region above the cave would be like a dead zone, basically, because of all the sulfur and everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's your mount, gimmick. Start a ready player phase. This happens. Avoid the fire tiles if you can, please, and thank you.
Damn, Septimus, you suck. You positioned your units wrong.
This is a very SRW gimmick.
Sure is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
As much as it would suck with the randomness, I almost feel like I wish it would affect every habitable tile on the map instead of just specific ones, because that makes no sense. Especially if they're launching up out of the lava. Like, if they're coming up from underneath, okay, it makes sense, but...
Stealing on ya. Very nice, Matt. Very cool.
Alright, if it didn't already feel like there was such a disparity between the number of chapters the Mercs get and the Dawn Brigade gets, would we have a problem with this feeling fillery? Like if the chapter count was more
no
balanced
doubt in my
between the
mind,
two?
I would have less of an issue if the balance between Dawn Brigade and Greil Mercs maps were more evenly spread out. Because this one's just really notable. It's just so outwardly obvious.
Maybe they were like, well, we put all that time and development into Septimus. We have to have him show up at least once more.
That's not bad for half shift.
Alright.
So meter still drains while you're in half shift and starting out part 3, by the way. But you can immediately just re-up it if you need to by shifting and unshifting and reshifting. while having half shift up.
So as an off-topic thing, I do believe Shin Ultraman has hit American theaters. Let me double check.
I know it was coming.
Yeah, I did hear that people were talking about it, and like good apparently.
Yeah. I really want to see it. Because, yeah, people have been enjoying it, and I'm super happy because, it's a good step forward for Toku.
Like all the Shin stuff that Anno has been doing has been good. So
Oh yeah. Did you know that it was actually his dream to work on Ultraman?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks regarding him.
Oh man, he loves that series. I remember seeing a meme where, the Ava's on the cross or whatever, and
Yeah.
he's like, wow, look at these biblical references, and I was like, I hope these people love my Ultraman references.
So good.
Anno's the one who considers Char's counterattack a masterpiece, right?
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
Can we get a Shin Gundam directed by Anno?
Oh, that'd be nice.
dude.
That'd be sick.
Oh, that would blow me away.
That would be sick, dude.
Like he's doing Shin Kamen Rider, so maybe that's the next step. Maybe.
I do love the Tommy No respond. You all right, mate? It was okay.
All right, I guess.
Bleh. Bleh.
Seeing the rocks drop down is pretty cool.
All the Shin movies that he's done have been live action, right?
Yeah.
They should have just got him to do the Gundam movie instead of what they're doing for the Gundam movie.
Oh yeah. It would definitely be interesting. It would definitely have to be like Amuro's story.
Well, that's probably what the movie's going to be anyway.
Yeah.
Not that they've revealed any info about it other than that, hey, we hired this person to do the script.
Mm-hmm.
We hired this guy to direct it.
Yeah, this is still fun.
It's not even that bad, and like we don't even know what the movie's about. We all assume that it's basically 0079, but they've never said a word.
And before it's after we're gonna max. No, I'm kidding.
Got to watch it. There is another. There's another crossbow dude in the middle, and there's a longbow guy. Yeah, right there. He drops one.
These guys all only have their default equipment. They don't have anything else.
Yeah, just their default. I don't think anyone else has a spare. I'm just doing it quick, just to see. While I'm there. While I'm there. Crouching Pure Water on Septimus. Yep, looks like it's just the ones, then the others that have vulns that do have vulns.
You see, here's how you make the map feel not like filler. You give the enemy stuff and make it worth actually playing the map. Like, oh hey, here's some good drops. Here's some reason to go through this map. Okay, cool, less filler. Oh yeah, everybody only has their one item equipped to them. Why are we doing this?
Why?
I could ask the question, do they know? And the answer would be, no, they don't know.
Okay!
Maoken. She's using a disc caliber.
Reppuken.
Demon Fang. Demon Fang. Double Demon Fang. Oh yeah, that just came out, by the way, didn't it? The Symphonia remaster.
Yeah. I still wish it was other Tales games, but you know, this is how it is.
It was like the intro for 90% of the fan base in America.
Oh, no,
That's why they did it.
Even
Oh, no,
I almost
I
played that
understand.
one.
I completely understand. It's like the Final Fantasy VII of Tales games in the West.
Yeah. I own the GameCube version over on my bookcase. Have I
Yeah.
played it for like 4 hours, maybe?
I think I still have mine. Yeah, I beat it. I didn't do the devil weapons, but I did do everything else.
I remember getting to like the desert area where you have to get like Celsius or whoever is the summon,
Yeah, yeah.
or whatever they're called in Tales.
That's very early on. I like Symphonia. I just don't think it's aged that well. Like, they're porting it over and re-releasing it, and I'm thinking in the back of my mind, this really needs a remake instead.
Yeah, like if they did FF7R style redo of Tales of Symphonia, everybody would like shut up and take my money. You know?
Yeah, that honestly, that would be the way you get Tales on the map again.
I agree.
It does have its niche audience for sure, but that's how you really make sure you make it a splash. Meanwhile, I was content playing Thousand Year Door. Yeah, that's a mood.
Meanwhile, I was a stupid little baby who thought that, where's my partners from the first game? Oh, this is lame. And then I bought it years later, and I was like, why was I so stupid?
I prefer original Paper Mario to Thousand Year Door. But that's just me.
I like the story of original more. I like the script of Thousand Year Door more.
Yeah.
And the gameplay in Thousand Year Door just blows the first game out of the water.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's definitely not a bad game. In fact, I think those are two of the best Paper Mario games. Not that there's much of a competition to begin with, but you know.
I think there's a mod that somebody's doing for OG
skill?
Paper Mario to make it play like Thousand Year Door,
There is.
Oh, that'd
which
be
is
cool.
going to be super neat when it's
It
done.
looks really cool.
I can't wait to see that then.
Every once in a while.
I actually need to
they-
finish Dark Star as well. I finished chapter 7. That was fucking rough, by the way. But
I think I remember Steven playing that, or maybe something else. I can't remember.
it was crit.
There's like 3 mods. There's Master Quest, there's Dark Star, there's Master Quest Junior.
It might have been Master Quest.
He was playing Master Quest Junior.
Oh yeah, he was having a tough time with the boss before you recruit. It's in the toy box. I know that.
What?
What? Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
that one is pretty rough on Master Quest Vanilla. Master Quest, that's one where he was like, nope, I'm playing Junior. That's what he told me.
Jesus Christ.
I think he was playing the Rando for a little bit too.
He was,
if I
yes.
remember correctly.
Oh, that's even rougher.
I was watching somebody play the Paper Mario Rando earlier in the day while I was playing VC. Just as background noise.
Yeah, and just like going around the Mushroom Kingdom in Paper Mario, just seeing what that version was like.
Yeah. This is the most recent update I've seen for the TTYD64 thing, and it's from 3 months ago, so... Here, I'll post it in here, Ron, if you want to see it. Cancel.
Okay. These things take time. I'm not too fussed about it.
That should be lances. Yep.
Nice. Like the look of this.
You have to wonder why they made that function that way. Like,
Well,
did they
hash it,
screw up?
yeah, just to have the meter go down and then refill it. Yeah, that's. I always thought that was weird myself.
Like, did they not realize the meter would drain in half shift? Like, was that the mistake, or were they just unable to fix it somehow, even though it didn't affect it in part 1? And they're just like, yeah, just enter and you're leaving it, re-enter, and it restores it. Whatever.
It's like King of Fighters 94, where you're standing still, charging your special instead of fighting. That reminds me, Shingo's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
And they revealed 4 more characters, basically.
Yeah. Well, Kim was already
right, but then they revealed 2, and then they had 2 silhouettes.
Yeah, Nod and Sothe.
Yeah.
Someone said that one of them might be Dualon. Dualon is a character from the Ash Saga. He's one of Ash's compatriots.
I know I saw. Oh yeah, is that the one you posted with the dude with the ponytail?
Yeah, he's a handsome Chinese assassin that has stretchy limbs. God, Zihark's just going on a killing spree. Oh no, my dream characters have been in that game since forever, so I'm sitting pretty.
There's supposed to be a new balance adjustment coming too, I think.
Yeah, I think so. It'll be interesting to see.
Zihark's magic you pass for Sephiroth. He just starts throwing out giga flares and shit. Hell yeah, dude.
Just slap a raven right next to him. Then you have the black wing to go with him.
Speaking of magic.
Not much else you can do, really.
I'm subtly influencing your growth rates with how mine's been going.
Sonic sword, Sonic sword, Sonic sword. I'm so mad the Sonic sword's not in this game. I know like the wind end is supposed to be, but it's not the same, dude. I need my fancy sword to cast the Elwyn at range, baby.
I'm also kind of mad they got rid of Nasala's Vortex.
That was cool. I mean, Maelstrom's supposed to be like the rough equivalent, but it's not the same. It really does. Most of the Laguz counter attack skills are pretty bad, but Maelstrom and Shriek are like the worst ones. One other thing I wanted to mention. During my test run, when I had Jill defect, I had her take Paragon with her. So I could use it a little bit for the Greil Mercs side. That was also a mistake. The Dawn Brigade was really suffering without it, so I would like to keep it on their side.
Yeah, I feel like that makes common sense. They have infinitely less chapters to get experience in. They need all the help they can get. I just saw a really good Twitter post. You guys have to see this.
E. Oh yeah. I would not be surprised if we had a gatekeeper in Engage.
I just like how it just keeps going back. You get Denny on there, you get Zane on there.
Zane, please. Zane, please.
What's Zane doing there? Fucking Denning. Dude, if Denning gets into Faye and his only lines aren't Dread Isle, I will be pissed.
That crossbow. I spent the first setter. Time to use the second one.
What can we do about the second one?
What are you gonna do about the second one? Yes, Merc. It's one of the rando settings to make it use magic.
Yeah, I set it to have it do magic damage.
Which also means it does not count as a sword ever.
Yeah, it does. It's typeless as well.
So what's that? Fighting a halberdier? No weapon triangle. I do wish that only kicked in when you were fighting at range, but I'll take it if it means Mist being good.
Tomorrow we're having trails. And that's gonna be the last session until the big one comes out.
Big business.
Yeah. Apparently I've been told that it's a very important session as well.
Ooh.
Because apparently my Phantom in white armor shows up.
Spooky.
They've been dropping a lot. So there's this character from Langrisser collab called what was her name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Matt's Ari and Ra, thank you. Thank you very much, Matt. Anyway, she is the Cold Steel 3 collab character, alongside Reen and Altina, and I'm assuming, oh cool, it's a Cold Steel character. Then I started Azure, and we saw the opening, and she was in Azure's opening, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Whoops.
So, I'm kind of expecting her to haunt me like a phantom.
So I'm guessing she's not a playable character.
I'm pretty sure she's not, other than Langrisser. So it'll be interesting. Aryan Road. All right.
They should have made this cave half as long as it is.
Yeah, it doesn't help the size. It's kind of like, whoa.
I've definitely hit the okay. We've hit the filler point of this map now.
See, it's aggressively filler.
Shit. Maximilian did a boss rage on Jinpachi from Tekken
Whoa.
5.
Ooh, I know that guy.
Yeah, I know that guy too.
That's like Heihachi's dad or something, right?
Tis.
Yeah. He's a big burly dude with very demonic strength, as you do, Tekken. I'll be straight with you. I don't remember most Tekken's past 4.
I don't remember most Tekkens.
Most people don't remember most Tekken's past 3 until 7. I'm one of the few that remembers 4. I like 4 a lot.
I like 4. I played 4 in the arcade actually when I was a kid.
4 was my first Tekken. I have a massive soft spot for it.
Yeah, 3 was definitely my first. That's why I love Jin as much as I did.
I know I've seen like Tekken 2 or something way back when, but the first one I actually remember like playing was Tag Tournament.
Tag Tournament's pretty good. I remember playing that one.
My roommate in college, my first 3 years, was real big into Tekken 5 and 6, so I got to watch him play that a bit, so.
Nice.
Well, I didn't own Tekken 7 myself, but if I ever did, I would just play Noctis.
Yeah, Noctis.
As well as my normal mains, then Tekken like Law, Xiaoyu, that sort of thing.
Tekken 7 has been out for a long time.
Yeah.
I played it a few times with a friend. I never owned it, and by the time well, my computer was too crappy to run it, and I didn't want to get a console version. But by the time I got a new computer, which was last year, Tekken 8 wasn't out, so I'm like, well, I'll just wait for Tekken 8 then.
You better believe I'm a law player, Rambo. I embrace that homeboy. and all of the shenanigans that goes with his story and playstyle.
Oh, man. Law's great. I like Law.
I do enjoy Law a lot.
Tekken 8 just really caught my eye. Now that it looks great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that Heihachi's out of the picture, we finally have the father and son to deal with their bullshit. Which is something I was more interested in, honestly.
World's worst family.
Yeah. Because Tekken 7 it was basically asshole parent versus asshole parent. But in Tekken 8 it's more like asshole parent versus a guy who's been very, very strangely, delicately balancing between good and evil. And I think that's more interesting to me. Also, Lars is back too, and he looks fucking fantastic.
He looks great, Lars.
I actually based a D&D character off him. He looked that good.
Nice.
His name is Richard Grayson.
I hope they do something with Paul, because I'm not a fan of the hairstyle.
Odds are good. Yeah, odds are good. You're probably gonna be able to swap his hairstyle.
Yeah.
They do that with every Tekken. Every Tekken past a point anyway. Oh yeah, Lars was in a Naruto game. That's a very funny thought.
Spooky.
While this filler continues to play out, I'm gonna go grab my dinner.
Go for it.
Go for a boss, yeah. Up hard, just attract and draw aggro. Now they're doing the shuffle. They know we're coming now. Eh.
Nice level.
Mages. Generals.
They're pretty much cornered by this point.
Halfway to S. That I like that idea, Rambo. Holy shit, that's cool. Yeah, that would given hella good incentive to be like, oh shit, Goldo is about to get involved, but you know how it is.
Like the Goldo and dragons patrolling around the area. Maybe Ina's with them.
Yeah, like, hey, get out of our country. No fighting.
That'd be very cool.
More turns in racing shift.
Okay, I'm back.
Go read Rambo's idea in chat, Josh. You might like it.
Oh yeah, I do like it. That would help. Or any kind of map event that wasn't the volcano spewing hot garbage at you.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I remember in Three Houses they had Judith show up on Claude's map of this version.
Spooky.
And the cool thing is the defeat condition changed to Byleth, Claude, or Judith goes down, you lose.
Fancy that. Start off the pass.
Like if the Goldoans showed up and be like, get out of our caves, and we're like neutral but hostile to everybody.
Mm-hmm. And you get bonus experience for not engaging them.
Yeah.
Nice. My skill. Aggro. Sure, races on other range. Okay, good.
Now it's just not even playable in Three Hopes. Go figure. Oh, hey, how you doing?
What up, homie?
I hope you know you're standing on a burn tile.
Oh please, please, please! He's gonna take damage before you can kill him, though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That should be SX.
Cool. Is this defeat the boss or
Route?
That's
This is route. I wish it was defeat boss. Eh.
A swift, merciful end to this filler map.
Zap. No.
Ooh.
Save state.
Beautiful.
So that is indeed a beautiful doing. You'd love to see it.
I will take that as a compromise for no map attacks.
No shenanigans now.
I think Hara will be fine.
Has Titanium met her quota for this map?
She has.
Okay.
You want him to die by burn, don't you?
I do.
Good luck.
It would be poetic. I can't hit him right now because if I do, it's very likely he's gonna retreat to heal now.
Yeah.
Yes, Spirit, to answer your question, and there's one more on the map still. You know, I will not lie. I wish we had the threat indicator lines.
From 3
So we can
houses?
see, yeah, so we can see what Septimus was gonna do, who he was gonna attack, so we can know.
I love the sight lines.
Such a good addition. That is such a good free addition to the game. I love it a lot.
Yeah. Did they confirm that it's coming back in Engage?
No idea.
I don't remember.
I guess
I
we'll
think
find out.
so. I
guess
think
we'll
it
find-
is.
I feel like they would, because that's too good of an addition to leave out.
So, 1, 2, 3.
Yes, it is. I believe back in because there are lines on the screenshot.
Okay.
Ooh.
You can see them from the enemies.
Oh, nice. This looks like the bridge from Fates.
Where you went back to heal?
It's a Thracia map actually. I think.
Oh, is it?
Or is it Thracia or is it's a classic map? One of them. I don't remember which one.
Oh, it might be FE6.
Trying to remember.
Actually, I might be wrong. Let us have the chat help us. Chat,
I could link it.
which map is this? Wrong answers only. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, let's go back.
Here it says Thracia.
Yeah, okay, it is Thracia. I was right.
Oh yeah, it is a Reinhardt map.
It's chapter 22. Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Funny how they use the Reinhardt map of all things. Look at her go.
Nice.
Please start doubling something missed.
23 speed. No, she's still a little shy of. Well, she got with that one.
Also, what a coward, but his coward energy at least fits with his personality.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Dang.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll be able to get back in time. Something like a PS2 era Mortal Kombat character.
Ooh, which one?
The druid, generic druids.
Oh. One chi would work for Begnion.
Sit here and wait.
You want to consume me?
They're consuming you right now. Now they're gonna eat me. Oh my god.
You know, watching the Hawk map animation, I just think, wouldn't it be cool if you turned a Hawk into Squawks?
Ah!
Let him cook. It's gonna be very hard to rig that.
Especially while he has a healing item in his inventory.
Did you bring Heather?
No.
Now,
Okay.
She's past her due at this point.
Yeah, that's fair. I knew it.
Monkey lads. Does the map fire do more damage to Laguz?
That I don't know. Genuinely don't know if that's true or not.
I mean, theoretically it should because it's fire, right?
Maybe.
Did they program it that way? I have no idea. I'm actually curious. Since it does fixed damage, I'm gonna assume it doesn't.
Res? 40 res.
Oh my god.
Move. Not much left.
Miss. Imagine will be very well, imagine a cat going on fire in real life. Wouldn't that be like super painful? Like, especially. I mean, fire's painful to pretty much anything organic, but like,
Yeah.
especially.
I was gonna say. New FE mechanic. Fire does effective damage against everything.
Come on, Morty, I need you to get to S-Strike now.
Damn, you guys are weak to fire? What mortals?
What fools these mortals be! Miss. Well, Morty's on a fire tile. Let's find out. Nope.
Nope.
Damage minimal. We're out of here.
We're done here.
You're done here. Let's never come back.
We got the fight stat. We take that.
Yep. He can worry about getting HP eventually. He's 1 point off from capping. Oh, these guys fighting unshifted!
And that was a tag team and a half.
Get 'em,
Pretty good.
boys! Get 'em!
Ike and Renolf would be good at versus series games.
We forgot to put our text frames properly. I love this.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there we go. There it goes. They do it again later on in the 2 maps from now. What? Halt! You are under arrest! Enemy spotted!
Goldoa will not move.
Now we have to meet everyone's favorite immovable object in the Pelleas series. Nice camera pan in the background.
This man still only has one version, and that's his Halloween version.
Go back the way you came!
Go back the way you came.
Don't make us do that! Even Skamira's like, don't make us do that map again! Please, God! Yeah, it is regrettable, but go back. Ever since they printed Red Eye's Metal Dragon, the scars, we have been neutral.
No, just kill us now.
Talk shit, get hit!
Get him, Mike. Get him, Mike.
Clearly, you need to have do the deed later.
Sire, do I need to engage in worm tactics again? Please, God.
You saved the soul of your son. Yeah, that's nice. Our deeds and path ratings are paid off.
We just saw you 3 years ago.
Yeah, this is extended dialogue if you transfer your file, I think.
I think so too. They just shoot you out on a normal file.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I'm glad to see Nasir and Ian are doing well.
Cheers, homie. You dragons are weird, but at least you guys you're cool. Alright, cool. Alright, base section for this, and we're out of here for this session.
Okay.
Goldoa, the land of dragons, lies secluded in the southwestern corner of Pelleas. No foreigner, Laguz or Bjork, is permitted within its borders. The Alliance emerges from the lava tubes and into Goldoa by accident. The Dragon King, Daein is displeased by this trespass. However, Ike's former companions Nasir and Ina appeal to Daein to allow the passage of the Laguz Alliance. Raisin's actions during the last war earn them the grudging respect of King Daein, who allows them safe passage.
So never mind that bit of lore.
Begnion calls off its pursuit of the Alliance and finds its passage into Gallia blocked by the nation's great mountains and deep forests. The Central Army's momentum breaks upon these obstacles like an ocean wave against solid rock.
That's a good metaphor.
Senator Valtome arrives to
Or
take
simile.
command of the Central Army. He orders Zelgius to march on to Gallia by way of Crimea. Observing diplomatic protocol, Valtome petitions the Queen for passage, as well as supplies and additional troops. Queen Alincia, however, goes against the wishes of the Crimean nobles and resolutely denies each of Valtome's requests.
Stick it to him, girl.
Her reply
Homie grew a
enrages
backbone.
Valtome, who sees Crimea as little more than a vassal of the Empire. Ignoring Zelgius's counsel, Valtome orders his army to enter Crimea and take whatever they need from the villages along the way.
Hey, did Valtome literally pull a freeze on Zelgius?
Chapter 9.
Also-
Marauders.
Where he's just like, I would choose to ignore that.
Yeah, kind of, I guess.
Calling it tribute to the Empire. I'm not a doormat. I'm not a doormat.
Reh.
Get them the hell out of our country. I am not a doormat. Your Majesty. Excuse me, Senator, have you seen how overpowered my sword is?
If only Alincia was like this before part 2.
Back with the Crimean dudes now. Sans Alincia. We get to roll with Joffrey at least for this map. And all the dudes, including Khalil, are just here.
Sounds familiar.
This sounds familiar.
He is very kind.
Base Mordecai.
Party's great.
That's war, isn't it? Yup. War's heck. That is a trope, you know. One of my favorite conversations in the game. Even Amy's like, dude, grow up! Word apart. Massacre. That's a translation error. Astra does have siblings. Your reader supports in Path of Radiance. Sell them to you. Cheap. I do love that exchange though.
Marcia grabs them by the back of their belts and yeets them out the bar.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Spirit. Dirtsa is correct. She doesn't have siblings.
Dirtsa is not Dirtsa is not Astrid. Astrid is not Dirtsa.
Something Randy Bra moment.
Yeah.
Masters go. Some bit of spending cash, which is good, because in the bargains today we got an F scroll.
Random shine barrier.
Yeah, just in case you want it. So, you won't be needing this anymore. Nor you.
Definitely not.
For you.
Yes, good.
For you.
Yes, good.
Making huge strides.
That's for you.
Yeah. Sorry. That excited.
And while I'm doing good in my experience run, I'll give you a treat, Joffrey.
You know what? That is perfectly viable.
Boy, the lad, the man. He comes.
As a treat,
Power up.
He looks so good as a Silver Knight.
Oh, hell yeah.
Silver Knight Rider!
Mahawk!
So when coming to tier 2 to tier 3, most of the promotion gains are much more generalized depending on the class of infantry, male, female, or magic. So they just pretty much get the same stat bonuses throughout. When becoming tier 3, you automatically get the mastery skill really associated with that class. It's locked to them, and it takes up the capacity that you filled up. Silver Knights, they get Soul. Most mounted units get this as their mastery skill. Effectively is a critical hit, and you just regen, get the HP back that you did damage. Silver Knights, male ones that use lances get double S lance and bow as their secondary. This is mine now. So with this set, pretty much gonna want Khalil and Marcia to gain as much experience as possible. Damn it, hasn't adapt because, well, I would like to give these two, they can't have both Vet and Paragon at the same time. I don't think I really need much in terms of weapons. I will buy a spell. I'll buy an Elf Thunder for Khalil.
Ah, Kieran has a hammer. Good.
I'll leave like this. Spare bone instead. Spare spear I can give you, David. Yeah, javelin. That's fighting fit. No story really with anyone. This will do just fine though. Alright, now we're all set for the next session. Woohoo! Oh boy. We're really punched through the next session for sure.
Let's rock.